Hello everybody, I am Monkeypuzzle and today is hello and whoa. Whoa, because I am starting a new series and a new world and a new mod pack and a new server. That's right. So this server is my own. The mod pack is Resonant Rise 3 mainline with a bunch of the optional mods added. And this world is this world. I went through a few seeds, picked this one. I liked it because I spawned in right here next to this crag and the rainforest. It seemed pretty interesting. And this is my first time playing it. I did a little test playing last night on a different map and just got used to Iguana Tweaks and a few things like that, which we will get into in a moment. But yeah, I went through a few seeds. I picked this one because I like it. It's very cool. I did mess with the configs for Biomes of Plenty, as I am wont to do. Like to take out the ugly biomes and just leaves the super cool ones, so we get a real fantastical world. So, yep. And if you want a world just like mine, in the description there is a download so that you can download this world. Download the configs I use for Biomes of Plenty and get a world just like mine. And in there's a text file with the seed. The seed is that big old long seed. And if you want to see the mod list that I'm using, it's way too many mods for me to say, but right there is the share code. So if you go to the ATLauncher and you install a new instance of Resonant Rise 3 mainline, when it asks you to choose the mods, down in the lower left, there'll be a button that says use share code. And you can use that, hopefully, to see all the boxes that I have ticked. And you can either load it up yourself and create an instance and play along with me, or not. But you can at least see all the mods. We will be going through them as we go along. Right now, as we talk, I'm getting ready for Iguana Tweaks. And if you don't know what Iguana Tweaks is, it's a change to Tinker's Construct. It's really a change to all the game in general, where you can't use vanilla tools at all. And so I can't make a wood pick, and I can't start to get cobblestone with it or anything like that. So I'm going to need flint to start with, is the only way to go. And to get flint, of course, I'm going to need some gravel. So that's why instead of punching trees, it's a little different. We're punching gravel to start with. So I don't know if it's a better sound, but it is what it is. Iguana Tweaks is supposed to make early game a little bit more difficult, and I think it does that. But in the long run, I think it's actually going to make Tinkers easier or more OP. We'll see. But anyway, I wanted to try it, see how it goes. When I was playing in a little test world last night, I advanced in a couple hours. I had a pretty nice pick, and I had all these modifiers on it without me even doing a whole lot. So we'll stop there for now. This map can get pretty mean at night. It's got infernal mobs. It's got primitive mobs. It's got a lot of bad mobs. And also, what's it called? Random Things adds a blood moon. So that can make things pretty serious pretty quick. So we need to get to shelter as soon as possible. I am going to need to punch some wood, of course. There's no way around that. I always like to start worlds with you guys, because even though a lot of it can be repetitive, there's something about starting a new world, something about having nothing in the beginning. Anyway, so yeah, there's Big Trees mod too, which is awesome. It just makes all these great big trees everywhere, it's in the description. It talks about adding dimensionality to this. Oh, that's mature. I wonder, can I eat nutmeg? So this is Pam's Harvest Craft. There's a bunch of this. Okay, I see. I was right clicking on that one. Can I eat nutmeg? Wow, I can. Yeah, because I'm already got some hunger going on here. So that wouldn't be the best thing in real life, to eat nutmeg, but I guess we get to do it here. Get our health bar here. And there's also apple core, I think it's called, Down there, it's showing the saturation or something. I got to quite figure it out, but those little golden ones on my hotbar. So, yeah. Let's just keep going. So, let me see. In complete disclosure, I was checking out seeds because I wanted to find one that just was like a good, interesting start. So, I did fly around in creative. I did not explore anything. I did not look in chests or in these structures generated by Recurrent Complex. I just wanted to make sure that all the biomes were working. If you watched my last series, remember we had to do a restart on episode 2 because we realized only 2 or 3 biomes were going. So I could have erased this whole map. I thought, well, this is okay to start with and have the lay of the land. Doesn't give me any other real advantage besides knowing that. And you are lucky that I don't have a sword yet. In fact, I could do that, actually. I don't want to beat up any of these nice trees. I'm already worried about my landscape from day one, but I'm gonna leave this spruce hanging in the air here, and we'll come back for that later. I'm gonna be all over this map, guys. My strategy for this one is to make little mini bases everywhere, because when you're playing modded Minecraft, two things you're worrying about besides learning all these mods and this constant learning process. And there's that little spruce wood error thing I'm gonna have to fix. That's from the in-game wiki, which has stuff for Pneumaticraft and compact machines now. That's cool. Maybe now that I pressed I, it'll stop doing that. Yeah, I think so. Let me just get a little bit more wood here. And yeah, the two things you're worried about are the server tick rate and your own rendering. The server tick rate is awesome right now. So we're at 9, just a little bit more than 9 milliseconds, and we can go all the way up to 50. So we're doing great. So that's pretty stable this way. I'm hoping that this pack is going to be stable enough to run in the long run, because as you know, the Direwolf 20 series, or well, you may know if you watched me before, woohoo! On the Primus server, woohoo! I did something. It ended, and now I need something else to do. So I'm going to see if I can make a sword here real quick. Just a wood sword, because you can't make vanilla tools, but I don't think that includes weapons. So I can't get cobblestone to save my life, but I can get a wood sword, maybe to save my life. And let's see if we can put together a bed. Oh, look, some more food. I feel like a squirrel right now. So much to do. But I'm trying to tell you everything that's going on and not die. I hear either a wandering merchant or a hobgoblin. I'm not sure which. Okay, so we're getting some food as we go along here. I can eat some blueberries. Yeah, so the server tick rate is doing great. That bodes well that this is going to be a nice, stable pack, hopefully. If we don't get too many fatal errors and stuff. There are a lot of changes going on. Just in the week that I was trying to get this going, there were no less than 4 updates. So that worries me a little bit. And some of them were some major changes in the mods and the world generation and everything. I didn't use the better world generation, which was added to this, because I didn't like how it played with Biomes of Plenty. So I'm hoping that this is a world that I can keep going. That's the reason why it's my own server again, is I can choose when it stops and how long it goes. So we can get to the end of a whole bunch of mods. We can do all the Thaumcraft research. We can do all the bee breeding. We can get into Minechem, maybe Pneumaticraft, everything. And you guys let me know what you would like to see me do. And I am very open to it, because we're going to have a lot of time. There's so much cool stuff, and there's even more stuff for building in here. More decorative mods. So that's cool. And, whoa, we got lots of cows going on here. Very nice. So I think we're safe. The sun's going down now. My goal at the moment is just to make it out to this little island right here. Let's just go ahead and swim for it. I can talk a little bit more while I swim. It's a bunch of clay down here. That's very cool. We're going to need that. Is that clay? Oh no, that's salt. Okay. So we're gonna need that for Pam's harvest craft too. I'm just trying to get a good start here where I don't have to dig into a wall and then do a cut while I wait for the mobs. I don't know when we'll have a blood moon or not, but those get pretty creepy. Tons and tons of spawns. And these infernal mobs, man, I remember starting out in the crack pack with those, and some of them you could use up half the durability on your sword before they die, and they have things where they grab your weapon and all kinds of stuff. So I thought, well, maybe I'll just go out and start and claim this island for the beginning. It's a smaller area for me to defend. Hopefully, if it's less than 24 blocks radius, no mobs will spawn on it. And as soon as I can get some torches, we'll get this lit up and we'll defend. And part of Iguana Tweaks is that you have to use your pickaxe a lot to level it up, the first one you make. So you get a lot of cobble or whatever to begin with, so we can use that to make our first base here, some kind of castle or whatever. This pack comes with some pre-made castles that we'll visit as soon as I have a chance, but not yet. So let me do a few things here. Oh yeah, I need some more logs. So let's tree. You are coming down. Sorry. Whoa, this one sounds funny. What is this one? Maple. Okay. Sounds like I'm hitting leaves or something. Am I going to get a log from this? I can't even punch this one yet. What did I get? Oh my god. What is that? Maple syrup. Okay. I don't even know what I'm doing. Wow. And we also have, and with random things, there's fast leaf decay. So if I ever cut a whole tree down, you're going to see that the leaves come down super fast. So that's really neat. So yeah, there's a lot of mods in here I know. There's some that I don't know. There's one like, for example, Ancient Warfare, which has generated some structures around, I think. But it also adds all kinds of potential, adds new mechanics. There's some more that needs to be added in, but I saw a tutorial where a guy was using NPCs and getting them to collect resources and do work, and apparently you can add your own custom skins on them and stuff. So yeah, it's kind of like custom NPCs, except it's Ancient Warfare and a bunch of other contraptions. You can build windmills and drawbridges and portcullises, if that's how you pronounce them. But anyway, I'm all over the place right now in my thinking and what to tell you guys about, but I'm pretty excited. So yeah, this is a server. There will be some guys coming on here for sure. My son says he's going to join me again. If you watch all the early parts of my channel, my son Nilo Rio was always there with me, and so he will be coming on again. There will hopefully be some other fellows. I'm not going to announce it until it actually happens and they're actually on here. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. It is whitelisted, so hopefully random people watching this aren't going to be like, can I join? Because I'm not trying to find warm bodies to join. I am trying to do a really cool world that I know is going to be cool, and I like everybody on it, and I can trust them, and they're going to help me keep the tick rate down and not mess up the landscape and have a lot of fun. So that's what's going on here. So I just turned gravel into flint, and you saw me do that. And now I'm going to need to make the rest of the tinker stuff. So first, with let's take, I don't know, half of these, make a bunch of sticks, and then we're going to make a bunch of patterns, some blank patterns. Right on. And then I'm going to save a few logs, and I can do a little bit more than that. And then we got some planks, and then let me see, we're going to need to make another crafting station, or just actually a crafting table, and then we're going to add that, and we're going to have the tool station, and then we take that and add that to a stencil, and we're going to have the part builder, and then I think just take a plank and add that, and we're going to have the stencil table. And then, yeah, let's see. Let's go ahead and just put all this stuff down in the middle. I'm hoping if I stay in the middle, I'm going to keep mobs from spawning on the island. Doesn't seem to be too bad yet. But there are some real intense ones in here. Let's just put the stuff down right here. And let's see, we're going to need the stencil table. And then the part builder will go right there. And didn't I make the tool one? I thought I did. Where'd it go? Well, while that's waiting to appear in my inventory, or maybe I didn't make it, let's go ahead and make this. I'm going to make the pattern chest. And there is the tool station showing up like I thought it would. And this is a glitch for sure. Things disappearing. Oops, out of my inventory. All right, you guys just saw me make a stencil chest. Well, okay, I'm not going to trip. It'll appear again in a second. But over here in the stencil table, let's make some stencils. So we're going to finally get a pickaxe. I don't think we need that. But I'm going to make it anyway. The tool rod pattern. I think you can use sticks as tool rods in this. And then we're going to need to make a tool binding pattern. And we're going to need the pickaxe head right there. And then we're also going to want to make a shovel and an axe. And then we will get on to making the cooler tools later, like the hammer and the excavator and such. But we're going to start right there. There's my pattern chest has come back to me like I knew it would. And then let's go in here. Oh, what's this book? Tinker's Weaponry. Oh, awesome. Oh, and I got materials in you too for making that stuff. Great. So we will get there. I definitely need to learn more about Tinker's weapons. Ha, piggy. You get to be the special piggy that I don't kill because you're on the island here and you're going to keep me company. But I had started to say before, part of my strategy for this map is, okay, we talked about server tick rate and tick lag. So we're doing great on that right now. So that's not a problem. The other thing that gives lag, besides your internet connection, my internet connection is decent right now. Last I looked at it was like 53 milliseconds, so that's good, is rendering. And your CPU and your graphic card, mostly your CPU, rendering all this fancy stuff. And I'm fine when I'm not recording, but when I hit record, it drops down pretty hard. So I'm going to have to upgrade my computer, I think, to do that. And I'm in a position where I'm going to do that pretty soon. So we're going to get something pretty sweet and deal with that part of the issue and make sure that I can keep up with all the different levels of lag on this for as long as I need. But as part of the strategy of keeping my computer from having to render too much in one place, because every time you make a big fancy base, it just becomes really laggy, is I want to make lots of mini bases all over the place and hop between them, maybe using enhanced portals or something like that. And so make each one of them cool, but not too intense. And it's also a cool way to kind of own this map and share it with everybody else too, of course, who's on here. But not just to pick one spot and stick there, but to hop all over this cool paradise. And ooh, look, it's showing me where I am. Or I guess that's still daylight for some reason. Anyway, but to really make use of all the cool parts of that. So that is part of my strategy. So with that explained, let me get back to what I was actually doing here. So now it's time to make a pick. So first, let's make binding. Don't have much choice in materials now except wood. So we're going to get the wood binding, get an extra stick, and let's put that back. And then this is how we're going to make our tools to start with. They're all going to be made out of flint. Not a whole lot of choice. So we're going to make a pickaxe head, and we're going to make a shovel head and an axe head. So there we go. And now we can take all this good stuff. I think I should keep my flint on me and go over here to the tool station and put them all together. So here finally is our first pickaxe. Not too much harder than making a wood one, but yeah, it took a few steps. And right now we'll go into that, but I can only harvest stone with that and a few other things, but I can't even harvest coal yet. So we're going to have to work up to that. So, but there we go. We got our first set of tools. Get these books out of the way for the moment and get these down here. Something like that. Maybe like that. Very cool. And I already got a lot of junk on me here. Oh, let's plant some food maybe. Think ahead, and it's daytime already. So we actually made it without seeing a single mob so far. So that's not too bad. I can't plant those there. Where should I want some blueberries? I'll just put them here for now. But when I was playing on a test world last night, there was this red creeper who was lobbing TNT at me. And he threw a piece of TNT and it would blow up, and he wouldn't blow up. He just kept throwing TNT at me, and he made this huge crater and killed me. So I don't know if that was one of the primitive mobs. I think so. But there are some nasty guys in here. So I like that, actually. That's going to make it more exciting and more challenging. Probably we won't have to worry too much about our life, except for infernal mobs, the ones that can steal your weapon. That makes it pretty rough. So you can have this totally OP weapon, but it doesn't matter if they can take it. All right, so I'm talking. I've got my pickaxe. Let's start to put it to use. Let me get this thing out of the way real quick. We'll put my axe to use. So each of these tools, if we hover over it and hold shift, it's going to show some things. There's an XP level, and there's also, well, that one doesn't have it, but over here on the pickaxe, there's the mining XP as well. The mining level. So we can only mine stone with this so far, which is pretty limited. And there's also the skill level. I am clumsy with it. So as I level up on both of those things, it's going to increase my mining level so I can mine other things. And it's also going to give me some modifiers, some random bonuses as we go along. So let me use my axe for the first time. That didn't take much. And let's just go underground, maybe right here, and make our way down and find some stuff. What is this stuff? This is blue limestone cobblestone. That's pretty cool. And I am going to dig a little hole, a little stairwell. Generally, I make a little too wide hole and go straight down. But for this, we need to get some extra materials, and not just extra materials, excuse me, but do some extra work with the pickaxe. So we'll just do the little stairway thing for now. So my shovel levels up too, but I only get modifiers. Right now it can almost shovel everything. It can't shovel that fancy Tinker's gravel that's got the ores in it. So now you can see here, I cannot mine this coal, but I've done some mining with this. Now I'm up to mining level 17. I'm at 9% of what I need to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep mining for a while. Oh yeah, this is fossil rock too. This is, or a fossil. We're going to be able to bring dinosaurs and things to life, which I'm very excited about that. I got the fossils and archaeology revival. But yeah, I'm going to have to mine around that for now. Oh my God, I'm getting stopped. I can't go that way. I have to go around this way and dig a big ugly hole. All right. Well, I'm going to do some more mining, and then I will get back to you guys when my tool is about to level up, and we can share that amazing experience together. See you in a bit. I was mining away, trying to work my way down through all the things that I can't mine, and my pick just broke. It's not really broken. Tinker's picks never really break, but now I'm going to have to repair it. I just want to show you this real quick, is I can now repair it right in my little inventory right here. I don't have to do it in a Tinker's crafting station or a tool station. So you can just repair your stuff as you go like that. So that's pretty neat. And what else? I did a couple more things up here just really quick. Nothing too amazing, of course, but just cut down some more trees. So all the trees that weren't like big and cool like that birch and this oak here, I cut down all the single wide spruces and then used that to make a bunch of charcoal. And now I lit up the whole island except for right here. So I should be safe from mobs for now. And so that's pretty good. And that was basically it. Just made some charcoal, got a little bit more range, got a little safer. I'm going to keep mining. Right now, I am at, let me see, 65 and 69%. So I will try to stop before something happens. And I'll show you that. All right, so I stopped just in time. You see my skill level there is, I got one more and the skill level's going to go up, but not the mining level yet. So, woohoo! So I got +1 haste. So now it's going to be a little bit faster. That's cool. So that was the equivalent. Oh, look at that, a cave. That was the equivalent to getting 50 free redstone. So that's why I say this thing makes it a little harder in the beginning, but then there's bonuses like that that actually save you a lot of materials in the long run. So hopefully this is not going to get too scary yet. I actually could go ahead and make a stone sword now. Woo woo. One of the things I noticed with the ore gen in here is that there is quite a bit of ores too. So it's pack is pretty generous that way. Oh, I'm out of torches. Okay, so let me just go over here, mine a little bit more, and then let me just block this off for now because I don't want to have to deal with any baddies. At the moment, we will slay plenty of monsters soon enough, but right now, we need to get ourselves together a little bit. The zombies sound like they know I'm here. Let me see, how much do I need to go? I'm at 185, so I need 26 more. So let's just speed through that real quick. Ding! +1 mining level. So what did I get? So now I can do copper. So that is the first of my leveling up. Was there any copper over here? I think I saw plenty on my way down. So yeah, and as soon as I get some copper, well, as soon as I get some copper and make a Tinker's smeltery, ta-da! Then we're going to be able to replace the head on this. And I think also now I can do coal. That's great. I can't do fossils yet, so fossils are harder than coal. But so we're moving on up. Now, to do a smeltery will be a big deal. So I think I'm going to save that for the next episode because this is probably long enough. But anyway, I just wanted to introduce you to the beginning of a new series. Woohoo! I'm pretty excited. And this is just my humble little beginning that I am sharing with you all. So once again, if you want to see the mods, go ahead and put that share code in there. Let me see. The share code again was that. So that will give you the same pack I'm playing. I added a little bit more to mine. I've got Optifine. I put admin's toolbox so I could pre-gen chunks around here. What else did I put in? A couple of other utilitarian mods like that, but nothing really game changing at all. And then yeah, for the seed, which I showed you before, I'll show you again. That one right there. If you want the same world as me, you're going to have to put in the Biomes of Plenty configs that you can download from the link in the description. So just swap those out with your Biomes of Plenty configs. Basically, I just turned off a lot of the ugly biomes, turned on some of the biomes that were turned off for some reason, and changed the weights at which they spawn a little bit. So I made some of the rarer biomes a bit more common so that we can enjoy them and just have the coolest world possible. Also with Recurrent Complex over there, maybe we'll start next episode by checking out what's in that sunken ship right there. Very cool. With Recurrent Complex, they were spawning a little bit too much, so I turned down their spawning ability a little bit, and I tried to hinder this one called a Small Fort Ruins because it was everywhere. Like every single biome had one of them in it. I'm still seeing them, but a lot less often. Anyway, we'll check those out next episode as well. So I hope you're as excited about this as I am. This is the world. Hopefully, if everything keeps working right, it's going to have to be on a conditional basis to start with because, you know, you never know about these packs, how they're going to act and stuff. But if everything keeps acting right, this is one we can continue for a while. So yeah, let me know your thoughts and your ideas and all of that. And I am still Monkeypuzzle. Thank you for watching the first episode of Resonant Rise 3 with me, and I will see you in the next one. I'm probably going to start recording it right now. All right, bye-bye.